Hi, it's David Dillard from Sleep and Sinus Centers of Georgia again, and then talk a little bit about cats. And I actually have a cat at home, so I know this to be true because I find that people who are cat people, and I've got dogs too, but people who are cat people are intensely attached to their cats. So cat allergies can be a big problem for people who have cats, or just in people in general, because the cat, it's not the fur that you're typically allergic to, but it's the dander, the proteins that are come out of the saliva and the urine and some of the body fluids that the cat has. And people can be intensely allergic to this. 20 to 30% of people who have cat allergies have asthma that is triggered by cat dander or these proteins. So one of the things that you need to be aware of is how to avoid that, some things you can do to treat it, and signs and symptoms that you may actually have cat allergies. So the symptoms that you would see are typical for most allergies and include either skin rashes, hives, which are the raised welts that you see on the skin. In addition to that, you can see people with sneezing, itching, watery eyes, and problems with asthma, having difficulty breathing, and that's of course the more severe allergy-associated asthma is the more severe symptom, and one of the things that we really want to try and at least minimize as much as possible. So what can you do? I mean, they have hairless, hypoallergenic cats, but it's really the dander, the skin flakes that actually cause a lot of this. So, you can wash the cat. You can avoid exposure to it. You can do some stuff to help prevent the allergies, including taking antihistamines. If you're around someplace that you know you're going to be around cats, I like the idea of using NasalCrom, which is chromal and sodium, which has a very good track record for minimizing the amount of allergy response. But it has to be redosed almost every 3 hours, so it has some limitations. You need to be going someplace that you know you're going to have a problem, and you have to use it before the symptoms start. It's a preventative. It avoids certain types of white blood cell-like cells from discharging their chemicals that cause allergies. You can obviously vacuum the floor, keep a clean environment, get a HEPA filter. The filters to filter the air in high efficiency, spelled HEPA, or abbreviated HEPA. And you can try and avoid the cat, and obviously the saliva, the urine, that sort of thing as much as possible. But cat dander is peculiarly sticky, and if you think you're allergic to the cat, you may also want to get checked with either a blood test or a skin test, because the cat, if they're an outdoor cat, or even if they're an indoor cat, tends to carry things on their body as they move around. I mean, they're furry animals, and they pick up things like mold and pollen and dust, etc., and dust mite. And so it may not actually be the cat, so you probably need to get tested for it. So that's another reasonable thing if you're not controlling it well. So in general, for most allergies, and this is true for most allergies, you want to use either antihistamines or nasal steroid sprays to help prevent things, reduce things. NasalCrom, this is one of the few allergies that you know you're going someplace, there's a cat, and you can use NasalCrom and chromal and sodium to help with that. And that's actually available over the counter, as actually are all of the nasal steroids like Flonase and the antihistamines, or rather, all of these types of therapy are available over the counter. Flonase, Nasacort, etc. etc., or nasal steroids that are available that you can pick up over the counter without a prescription. In addition to that, if you have really severe allergies, you need to avoid people that have that, and be aware that people that have cats and who are walking around and may have been home recently can carry the dander on their clothing because it's extraordinarily sticky. So if you have asthma, it is absolutely a reasonable thing to get checked for the allergies. The new skin test oftentimes don't even involve needles, so there's nothing to really be afraid of. It's almost like they're just rubbing it on you with a slightly rough piece of plastic, and these can be really easy things to manage. So hopefully this is helpful, and we'll talk to you soon.